All right, stage 2, burn and balance. Stage 2 is a vitally important stage, obviously. This is where we're really going to start getting the body into this place of burning fat. Regardless of you being someone that wants to lose weight or that doesn't want to lose weight, one of the best things that we can do is help shift the body in the direction of being primarily a fat burner. It's really incredible how that starts to stimulate a lot of improvement and change in terms of our overall well-being and how we feel. Helps us to kind of get back to that place of good energy, good sleep. Help us to maybe overcome the symptoms that have created the need for an over-the-counter or a pharmaceutical drug of some sort. So this stage is really important. You will obviously continue to take all of your supplements and metabolic support formula just as you did on day 1 of stage 1. You'll obviously continue to do your fluid intake on those days. You're going to continue to weigh yourself every day at the same time, and then of course record everything in your journal as it's laid out for you. Okay, so you want to record that stuff. You're going to sip on your fluid just like you started on in stage 1 throughout the day. You're not going to eat breakfast in stage 2. So we're not going to have you eat breakfast just based on the fact that this concept of intermittent fasting is very, very beneficial in terms of helping the body to heal. It also helps the liver, and the liver is a really important organ of detoxification. Many people are experiencing what we call liver congestion. Doesn't mean you have liver disease or a pathology of any sort. It's just the liver's not able to function the way it's designed to. So by skipping breakfast, we're going to help the liver to clear itself, to cleanse itself, to improve itself functionally, and help to push the body into this state of fat burning. So you will not eat breakfast in stage 2, but you will eat lunch and you will eat dinner, okay? Now, your lunch and your dinner are obviously going to be composed of the foods that are on your biocommunication report, so you're only going to want to eat the foods during stage 2 that are on your report, okay, or in your report. So I want to make that very, very clear. In terms of your target calories for stage 2, depending upon your unique goals as that relates to your health or your weight or whatever it is, use the calorie conversion sheets to identify the right amount of protein, the right amount of fruit, and the right amount of vegetables to hit your target calories, okay? Now, a word on fruits real quick in stage 2 is that, you know, we don't want you to overeat on the fruits. So, you know, follow your serving sizes on the fruits, okay? Overeating fruits can stimulate the hormone insulin, and insulin's a very strong fat-storing hormone, and for many of you, you absolutely don't want to do that. We want to minimize that. So that's a hormone that we want to keep down in stage 2, along with the other 2 really strong fat-storing hormones, which are cortisol and estrogen, okay? So there's some really important things that are happening to keep those key hormones down. So you're going to want to, this is where the planning part comes in, you're going to want to plan your protein portion size and vegetables, and then eat a single serving of fruit to hit your calorie amount, okay? And those calories could be, for some of you, as little as 500 a day, so 250 at each meal, and they could be as high as 1,200 a day, 600 per meal. So it's going to vary depending upon you and your particular objective or goal. Just make sure that in stage 2 you're not cooking with any fats or oils. The only oil that will allow you to use in stage 2 is going to be coconut oil, and you want to get a really good high-quality coconut oil. And when I say high-quality, the lard form. You don't want to buy the form that's in the liquid. It's essentially refined coconut oil, and you don't want to use it. So use the stuff that's solid at room temperature. It has a very low melting point, so that lard can turn into liquid very quickly at what we would consider to be low temperatures. But that really is the only oil or fat that we're going to allow you to use in stage 2. For some of you, as you start to get into this process in stage 2, you may lose your appetite completely, okay? If you're a person that has a lot of weight to lose, as an example, or you have some weight to lose, your body might get into such a deep state of fat burning that it's getting its caloric intake, its caloric source from that fat that it's burning on a daily basis, and so therefore you're not feeling hungry. Well, in those cases, we still want you to eat because it's important that you get food into the body to help in this rebuilding of the metabolic system. So we want to have the body break down these foods. We just may want to take you down to the minimal calorie intake. And that minimal calorie intake for you, if you're one of those people, would be absolutely no less than 500. So in other words, 250 for lunch and 250 for dinner, okay? So that can happen. You can use the coconut oil in the mornings in stage 2 with your coffee or tea. So for some of you, that's going to be a great thing. For others, the ones that lose their appetite, aren't hungry, we may want to take that away and not have you use it. So this is where communication with your coach or your liaison can be really important in terms of the decision to continue on with coconut oil in the morning, okay? Now, coconut oil can also be one of our metabolic kickstarters where we may have you cook with it for a couple of days or for a day, where you cook your lunch or your dinner in coconut oil. And that can be a thing that helps us in terms of overcoming what we perceive to be a plateau or a point where we want to push the body a little bit deeper into fat burning. So the coconut oil can serve that purpose, so make sure you purchase that. Of course, the only food product that we sell in our office is the pink salt. This pink salt, think of it as a mineral supplement, okay? That's really what it is. There are a tremendous amount of minerals in this salt, and so that's a big part of what we call cell hydration. And on top of that, mineral deficiencies in the body are extremely difficult on the body. In other words, if the body's mineral deficient, it's going to have a really hard time overcoming health challenges. So we want to make sure we're supporting it very well minerally through the salt and, of course, through the deep sea mineral formula during the program, okay? So use that pink salt liberally to taste with your cooking, seasoning your food, whatever you want to do all the way through this program. And quite honestly, it's going to be something that you'll probably use for the rest of your life, okay? When you're in stage 2, the sweetener that you can use is stevia. The brand that I suggest is Sweet Leaf. So the Sweet Leaf stevia is the brand that you can use. Now, they have liquid stevia, and then there's powdered stevia. The liquid, all I would suggest is, once again, you make sure and you read ingredients, read labels, because some of these are going to have oils in them, and we want to avoid those oils in stage 2, okay? So reading labels, reading ingredients, that's a habit we want you to basically adopt and utilize forever, okay? Also in stage 2, we're going to have you use apple cider vinegar. There's this company, Bragg, which I really like. It's a very high quality apple cider vinegar. There are other good high quality apple cider vinegars that you can use as well, but this is the one I recommend. So you're going to use this, and you're going to do a tablespoon, 1 to 2 tablespoons in 3 to 5 ounces of water after your meals. Okay, so that's going to help with a lot of things in terms of minerals, digestion, healing. There's a lot of good benefits to apple cider vinegar. They also have a liquid aminos. This is almost like a replacement soy sauce, as an example. So you can cook with their liquid aminos also. So that's in your shopping checklist in your journal. So make sure you get their liquid aminos. You can use that. They also have a coconut aminos that you can use too. But these sorts of things really help to spice things up in your cooking. One thing that I want you to be conscious of in stage 2 is the broth. So if you get if you're going to cook with broths, get the organic broths definitely. So whether it's veggie, beef, chicken, bone broth, whatever it is, but read the ingredients on that. Some of them, even though they're organic, have cane sugar added to them. And so just a little note on ingredients. You may see in the nutrition box that sugar, it may say less than 1 gram. Well, that's coming from the natural sugars in, for example, the tomato. So if there's tomatoes in a product that you're using, there's going to be naturally occurring sugars in that tomato, which is going to be the less than 1 gram of sugar. And then you may read the ingredients list, and it has no sugar whatsoever being shown as added to the product, okay? So that's where I want you to understand, is that if you read something and in the ingredients list, sugar is in there, and you may see organic cane sugar as an example in one of the broths, then don't use that broth. Get one that doesn't have the added sugar, okay? Sugar is a big problem for a lot of people, and so what we're going to do is work to break the body's craving for that sugar and break the need for that sugar. And what will happen as your body shifts into this fat-burning state, you're going to see a substantial decrease in inflammation and a whole bunch of other things, brain fog. You're going to pop out of this, fog that maybe you didn't even know that you were in, okay? So if you have questions on cooking in stage 2, or you need recipe ideas in stage 2, there's recipes in the website. You can go to the website, log in under your membership login, and get access to those recipes. You can reach out to your liaison, and your liaison will assist you in that. But stage 2 is a vitally important stage. Stay on track with your foods list. Take your supplements, your metabolic support formula as directed. Stay away from oils and sugars in stage 2. Don't overeat on the veggie or on the fruits. And if you need to get your calories up, the veggies are where you can maximize. You can eat and load up on more veggies. There's very minimal calories in veggies. And you can eat up to 3 veggies, not including lettuce, as an example, in stage 2. And that's not a requirement either. So if you want to just have asparagus with a piece of chicken, that's fine as well, okay? So we spelled out pretty clearly for you in the journal, but if you have any questions about stage 2 or you're unclear about products, personal care products, what to cook in, recipes, we're here for you. Email your liaison, let us know, and we will definitely get you the answer.